What's going on, you guys? I had to look at my phone real quick just to see how much time I had left because, like I told y'all last night from that other video, my storage is running out and I still haven't found a place. Well, it's Saturday, so Monday we're gonna go to the public library and try to take all the storage off so it can be cleared up. But anyway, I wanted to make this video in my car yet again, but more so for this video because I thought it'd be really appropriate for what I'm going to talk about, and that is, this might be a part two because I don't think 10 minutes is going to be enough time for me to like really get into it. But it's just it's a story, and I hope this gives y'all some encouragement in whatever way you need it. And it's about the time that I lived out of my car intentionally. Excuse me. So, you heard me right. Excuse me, I'm like drinking. It's not soda, it's an energy drink. So, pardon me. But yeah, I lived out of my car for 2 years while working 2 jobs. Now, this isn't recently. It is, but then it's not. This was about 4 years ago. In 5 years ago. 2019 going into 2020, because I remember I was 28 and I believe I had either just turned 29 or I had just turned 29 or I was right about to turn 29. And so here's where it started. So I'm like 27 years old at the time, and I'm still living at home. And it was just like from 24 to 26 was like a very tumultuous time internally, emotionally, mentally. And I'll give you a quick backstory on that real quick. So 24 came, and I've talked about this before, but 24 came and I had to drop out of college because, long story short, I just didn't have enough money to keep going. I had already taken a loan out. My mom had already co-signed for me. And so, I was already receiving financial aid. And when I tried to reapply or to take another loan out, a couple things happened. Number one, my mom couldn't sign for me again. Obviously, my stepdad couldn't co-sign for me because, he's married to my mom. And I asked my dad to co-sign for me, but he didn't, because he had just apparently, he just told me he had a really bad experience when he had co-signed for somebody in the past, and he just didn't want to go through the possibility of something like that ever happening again. And so I just didn't go back to school, and it sucked because at the time, I was 24 at the time, pursuing my master's, or not my master's, my bachelor's degree. I'd gotten my associates from my community college, and so I was finally pursuing a legit degree in something I really, really wanted. And as I've said before, it was performing arts, it was acting. And so I loved every minute of it, every second. And so 24 came, I had to stop. And I was, I didn't want to. I didn't like that I had to stop going to school, especially because now I was finally pursuing what I'd always wanted to do. But it was like, okay, I need some money. I need some money. So from 24, since I've not been in school, I've just been working, trying to, and I was just trying to figure things out. And so between 24, 25, and 26, it was a tumultuous time because I had landed a job working for the post office, which was hell. I appreciate the opportunity, but my first day there, I said, absolutely not. This ain't for me. And what's funny is that anybody who's watching who may so happen to have worked at the post office as a carrier, they'll tell you the trainers, at least for me, they told us straight up, a lot of y'all are not going to stay here within a year. A lot of y'all are going to be gone by the next time I I come around. I'm not gonna see a lot of y'all ever again. And he for sure was right, because that first day came and I was like, deuces, I'm out. And so I came home that day, and I had told my mom, I said, hey, when you come home and you see me, just know that I quit. That's the reason why I'm gonna be home, just so you know. And I said, I'm just gonna pursue what I want to do. I'm gonna just pursue what I love to do, even if that means I gotta work at Burger King and live out of my car. If that's what it takes for me to be happy, then that's what I'm gonna do. Because what I wanted to do at that time was just act. And if you're an artist, if you're an actor, you know what I'm talking about. It's just a need that's inside of you that you have to do. You don't even care if you get paid for it. But anyway, I'm not going to get into every single detail, but this was like the springboard to all of this. So now keep in mind, at the time I had no car. But I'm just saying, like, that's how driven I was to pursue my dreams, to be happy. So fast forward a couple years, I meet some really good people, and I'm older now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 26, 27. And I just recognize that I'm older. I'm 27, I'm almost 30. It's time for me to grow up. I want to stand on my own 2 feet. I want to be able to take care of myself. I want to move out of my mom and my stepdad's house. And I want to be able to say they're not taking care of me anymore, that they're not helping me with any money, with a place to stay, nothing. And if getting my independence, having my own space, and proving that I can take care of myself means that all I have is to